I was a little bit hesitant if I should post this because this information, this knowledge is very dangerous, but you should use it at your own responsibility. Warning: this message contains psychological triggers that will permanently alter your relationship with time and identity. By continuing, you accept full responsibility for the irreversible changes you're about to initiate. Let me ask you something. When you look in the mirror, who do you actually see? I don't mean the physical reflection, deeper than that. The man behind the eyes. Is he the man you imagine you'd be at this age? Or is he a stranger wearing your face, living a life where you felt into the fold? And there is like a really brutal truth that we avoid most of the times, and I call it temporal dissonance. This is a state where your present self is so disconnected from your potential self that your mind has just accepted that this lesser version is going to be permanent. You're not procrastinating your goals or your objectives, you're postponing your own purpose in life. Every day you spend at this wired down version of yourself, you're not wasting your time, you're wasting your life. You're actively reinforcing the neural pathways that make it harder to become who you were meant to be. And let me actually explain you this. So you see the roots of a tree that they go in different paths to get the soil, nutrients, and minerals, and all this stuff. Well, our brain, our neurons are pretty much similar to this process. They go to paths where we lead them according to our actions. I'm going to put you an easy example. So if I go to a gym 50 times, and the 50 times I go to a gym, I go directly to the lockers, then when I go a 51 time, then my brain is gonna go automatically to the lockers because I've done it 50 times before that. I teach my brain that that's the safest path, right? That the path that is the easiest, the more known, is gonna be going directly to the lockers. Even if you don't need to go to the lockers, you will go. You will end up just washing your hands, doing anything in there, even if you need it. Why? Because your brain was trained to see that path as the most easy because you've done it more times, and is the automatic response. This is unconscious, well, subconscious, because at this point your brain is just gonna go automatically to the lockers, right? Because you've done it a lot of times and you just teach your brain that that's the easy option, that's the easy path. The brain only does the easy thing for us. The thing that we show him is the most simple because we've done it more times, so we know how to do it and where and what to do. But this happens also in life, in things where long term it affects what kind of car you have, what kind of house you have, or houses, what kind of properties you invest into, the businesses you have, the friends you have, the couples you have, right? And this could also happen if you get a lot of bad friends. Then the next friend you get, if he's good, you're gonna kind of reject him because you are not used to that. You're used to bad friends, so you're gonna accept the bad friends and reject the good friends. But that's not good. That's not good. That's not something that's supposed to happen. But your brain does it automatically. So right now I'll speak about a research that was done. So this groundbreaking study followed 100 men from the age 25 to 75, measuring their life satisfaction against what they termed identity congruence, which this is the alignment between their actual self and their ideal self. The findings is just super shocking. Many in the highest quartile of identity congruence reported 3.8 times higher life satisfaction, earned on average 67% more, and had significantly lower rates of depression and anxiety. But here's what's truly revolutionary about this. This study identified a critical window between ages 18 to 28 where identity patterns become either rigid or adaptable. After this window, men who hadn't consciously engineered the identity showed a 74% in decrease in their ability to make substantial life changes. You're not running out of time. You're wasting your life. You're running out of neurological plasticity to become the man you need to be, because you are running out of these main ages where you could actually be molded into good habits, right? Because after that, then the habits, it's difficult to break. Here's what's happening beneath the surface, like what's going on. Your brain contains what professional neuroscientifics call identity networks, interconnected neural pathways that create your self concept, what you think about yourself. Every time you act in ways that contradict your ideal self, you're not making a poor choice. You're strengthening the neural pathways that say, this is who I am. Your reticular activating system then filters reality to confirm this identity, literally making it possible to see opportunities that don't align with your current self concept. And this is exactly why you can know it. So before we pass into the next topic, I would like to explain you what's the reticular activation. So let's say I'm thinking I see these blue couches, and I say before I leave, I say, "Oh, these blue couches are really nice," and just keep talking about the color blue, the type of blue, the design, the texture of the blue. When you go out in the world, you're gonna start seeing a lot of blue things. A lot of blue things. Why? Because your reticular activation system is aligned, is focusing on blue things. Why? Normally, we used to use this reticular activation system to detect threats. So we used to be like lions. I gotta be aware of lions. So we used to, on the old times, thousands, hundreds years ago, we used to go to a jungle to hunt something to feed our family. We were trying to get a cow. And then our brain is looking for tigers or looking for cows. Both at the same time could be. But focusing on these two things as maximum. So our brain is gonna see, it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna only pay attention to cows and lions. So when you see a lion, you can react immediately. Even if you're like this and the lion is there, you just saw it. And you just start running because you know what's going on with the lion. Because your reticular activation system was focused on finding a lion or a cow. Right? And now we can go into the next step. So, this is why you can know exactly what to do but feel an invisible force holding you back because it's focused on that. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not related to that. It's your brain's protective mechanism to maintain cognitive consistency. You've literally trained your brain to keep you trapped in a version of yourself you didn't consciously choose, but you did through actions and what you're focusing on. The solution is what I call identity forging, a systematic process for reshaping your self concept at the neurological level. So, first, you must confront the gap between your current identity, and your potential self with brutal honesty. You got to be really honest. No excuses, no rationalization, no excuses, no nothing of that. The second step is to create what I call evidence packages, small consistent actions that prove to your nervous system that you are already becoming that man, a new man, that you're transforming, not that you will become, but that you are becoming, like you are actively doing something. And the third one is implement future self integration, a daily practice where you spend 5 minutes vividly experiencing life as your future self, making the emotions and mindset so real that your present self begins to adopt those qualities. For example, if you want to become disciplined, start by identifying one area where you can demonstrate absolute consistency, however small. Make your bed every morning without fail. Wake up at the same time every day. Complete one workout per week, no matter what. No excuses, no nothing. There aren't just habits, they're evidence to your nervous system that you are the kind of man who follows through. This isn't just about changing your behavior, it's about you're reclaiming, you're regaining your temporal sovereignty. And also, your ancestors understood what modern men have forgotten. Time is not something you have, it's something you are. Every moment contains the seed of your future self, and you are either watering it or poisoning it with your choices. The man you will be in 5 years is being created right now by the actions you take today or don't take. There is no there's no neutral ground. And also, so I explain you this part a little bit better. We have to understand that every action we repeat. So let me get back to that. The process is really simple. So, how the process goes is you first think about it, then you feel about it. Once you feel it, it becomes actions, and these actions become habits, right? So, everything begins with the thought. So, the reticular activation system is basically what you focus on. So, if right now that you know that you're gonna focus on discipline, because you know discipline is a repetitive action that will take you from thinking to feeling and then doing and then building a habit. So discipline is going to give you a habit directly of doing something. What happens now is technically your brain doesn't believe that you can do something with discipline. So with little things like doing the bed, you are technically showing your brain, hey, I can do this every day. So your brain opens the mind and starts believing that you can do more things discipline with discipline. So like the first week, you prove to your own brain that you are able to focus on discipline. Week two, you say, I'm gonna join the gym, I'm gonna go every day. You keep going to bed, you keep doing the bed, you keep going to the gym. Okay, week two. Week three, you keep going to the gym, you keep doing the bed. Week four, you say, you know what? Next, I'm gonna read 20 minutes a day. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read 20 minutes a day. Okay. So your brain is not gonna say automatically, ha, you can't. Your brain laughs at you, technically. That's what happens. So your brain's not gonna do that. Your brain's gonna be like, okay, this guy might do it. This guy might be able to just read 20, 30 minutes. So I might not say nothing. I might just let him do, you know. I'm just gonna let him be. That's what I'm gonna do. So your brain opens the brain to build new routines, new techniques. So you see, and it's like this. The muscle is flexible right now. It's not a muscle, but just so you understand the focusing, your brain's like, okay, this guy can focus. This guy can do something with discipline. Okay, I might just let him be. So now you understand the point. We can continue. So you have to understand that there's no neutral ground. So if you stop doing the bed at the second week, you just told your brain, ha, you are not capable of doing it. You don't want your brain to lose belief in you. You are either moving towards your potential or away from it with every decision, with every action, with every thought, with every feeling you have. The comfort zone you're clinging to isn't keeping you safe. It's slowly killing the man you could be and you have been. So now, I need you to do a few things immediately, because if you postpone, you're gonna technically teach your brain to postpone things. So right now, I'm giving you the chance. Now that you all have hyped, that you know you can make it, that you believe in yourself and the capacity to change. Now, let's do something immediately, okay? So, the first thing you're gonna do is comment below with one specific action you'll take this week that your future self will thank you for. Make it concrete and time bound. Why do you make this? So, what's gonna happen? If you tell me from next week I will have every day done my bed, me personally, I'm gonna text you a week after. Hey bro, you left me on the comments, or hey sister, you left me on the comments that you were gonna do this. I just wanted to follow up on you and see if you have been doing that yourself. Oh no, I was feeling like that. So I'm gonna tell you, you just broke a promise to yourself. You just broke the strength you had for your brain capacity to change, but you can start over. So please have faith in you and just try it. You gotta start from scratch. You gotta start from zero to show and prove your brain that you are able to do something with discipline and focus. And also because it helped me to know what kind of challenges are you facing, so I could address them in a future video. And I will respond your comments. I will respond if you text me anything. So just be mindful about that. It's not about getting comments. I don't really care that much about. What I care about is something that's affiliation, which is growing a brotherhood with, it could be sisters, brothers, growing a family where we can also keep each other accountable, right? Because when I don't post a video, I want you telling me, "Hey, bro, where's my video, bro? I'm waiting for your video," right? So we are reciprocal. Second, we will implement the future self-integration practice starting tonight. Tonight, spend only 5 minutes experiencing life as the man you're becoming. And the third, but not the last thing, so last but not least, share this with someone who's selling for a lesser version of themselves. And not because I want to get shares of my video, no, because I know it's sometimes a little bit difficult to explain this kind of stuff. I already did it for you, and if you want to wake up somebody from that where they are, send them this video because I already did it for you. And we have to understand that share is love. In these kind of scenarios, you are sharing knowledge because you want them to improve. You tell them, hey bro, this video is really valuable. Just watch it, please. Right? Remember that true power isn't just elevating yourself, it's becoming the catalyst for others' transformation too. In our next video, I will reveal to you the social value equation, the hidden formula that determines whether people see you as a valuable or expendable, and how to manipulate. Or, I like the word, it could be manipulate, but also persuade. Because sometimes, let's say your friend is like scrolling all day and you want him to stop doing that and start going to the gym and reading and studying something because you love him, because you really appreciate him and respect him. You are doing something that he doesn't want to do, so that's manipulation, but it's technically you're persuading them to something they should already want to do. You understand? And so, regardless of your current status, remember you can do it. If you're older than the age I mentioned, like from 18 to 28, I think I said on the study, it's gonna be more difficult, but it's still an option. It's still something you can do. But remember, the clock isn't just ticking, it's actively shaping the man you're becoming. And the question isn't whether you'll change, is whether you'll direct that change consciously or let it happen by default. Which man will you choose to be, or which woman will you choose to be? Have a great day, have a great afternoon, or a great night, depending where you are, depending where you see me. See you on the next video.